Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's keep that demeanor high. It reminds me of a song from Blondie. One way or another, I'm gonna strike ya. I'm gonna play a good mix of attacks and defense and some mantra maybe, but unlikely. 99 gold for a rare colorless card. I love it. Apotheosis. Panache. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. There is Panache, which I think if we change stances a lot could be amazing. And it does cost 0, which is nice. I do think Hand of Greed is pretty good too. I'm gonna go Panache, and I have this. I feel inside of me right now like a greater sense of confidence than I've had in a while, which is weird because we haven't done anything successful on this run yet. But I do feel like there's almost like defend. What a rip, man. I feel like there's almost a easy chart that we can use here. Hold on. 9, you're at 28. We got you. This is 30 damage, or 33, I think. If we can get some flurry of blows, and I know prostrate, you know, we probably failed our prostrate exam there. I know I make that joke every time. On the other hand, can you blame me? When you hit oil, you stop drilling, baby. But I think that actually having more stance changes fits my idea of being able to play more cards overall here. We are going to need to take an attack at some point. That's kind of where I'm hoping, why not, that a flurry of blows will step in and maybe help us out a little bit here, hypothetically, of course. I actually think this is pretty okay. We're going to draw Eruption. I am feeling fine with this. We don't need too much more on top of the Eruption. I mean, obviously, this is not like... I expected to get a little bit more, but it's okay. We need 3 attacks. We're probably going to take a little bit more damage on this fight. Never mind. We need more than 3 attacks. We need more than 4 attacks. No, we don't, because we have Panache. Okay. I think a Crush Joints is... Forgive the terminology. I think it's a little pog, for sure. This first fight that we have here, devastating. Like, who do you think you are? Doing 25 damage to me on the first turn? That doesn't strike you as the height of rudeness? You're doing 16 damage. Like, it's just, really, like, I just, hold on, okay? I'm not sweating it yet. Too much, really, kind of. You're doing 13 damage. We'll rest on this. On our campfire that's coming up. I still think we're there. Believe it or not, and you may not, I still think we're there. We need to be able to play an Eruption unless we're just going to play a Defend to get ourselves out of this. Crush Joints would be nice, of course, but Eruption leaves you on 41. We'll have 3 energy. 25, so we definitely would not be getting a kill. We couldn't get... maybe we could have gotten... I don't know. This is chaos, man. This is brutality. No, Jarek. This is not a brutality. And this is where the quote really pops. It's a fatality. And then Jax at the end of Mortal Kombat 3, I believe he then just takes Jarek and chokeslams him off of a cliff. It's pretty sick. So we're almost gonna die to just this little individual here. Nobody even knows what he is. 6 damage, 8 damage, 8 damage. Literally just gets us there. And it's 9 damage, but still. Okay, Liquid Memories. We need something that, again, we need to do more damage. So I do think, unfortunately, a Reach Heaven is probably the play. Yeah, it probably won't die to upgrade some cards, unfortunately for you. Let's just go for it. So we want Panache out there. We might as well play that Tranquility early. We really need to open this up with like a Through Violence. And I'm a little frightened about this, but I think it's gotta happen. We need that Through Violence to get drawn and retained so we can play it with a Reach Heaven, or with an Eruption, I should say. So we really need to draw Eruption this turn or we lose. There it is. Nah, just kidding. Okay, hold on. Now, I'm like, I mean, you just have to commit. Whether you can play a Crush Joint, I think you can play Crush Joints first. Then you play your Miracle. Then you can play your Eruption. Then you do 60 damage with that. We don't even need to use the potion, which is super nice. Dead Branch completely changes the way that we play the game. Right now, I think you have to go Lesson Learned. It's just one of the best cards. We desperately need upgrades. Shuriken fits very nicely with our kind of, with our Panache sort of build here. Are we going to a shop? You know what? We are going to a shop. Let's take this special relic. Let's get ourselves a little Alan Smithy here. Make Eruption a little bit more playable. Let's make sure that we're... But the waffle, man. Do I really... Here's the thing, okay? I'm willing to deviate a little. I'm gonna take that waffle. That waffle means we're not gonna remove pain from our deck, which sucks really bad. However, I think you gotta try here. You've added a halt to my deck. You're the nicest Dead Branch I've ever seen in my life. Thank you so much for your support. Not being able to remove that pain from our deck is gonna hurt us a lot, but we're gonna get an extra relic out of it. I think a Consecrate is decent for AoE, good for Shuriken. Like, there's stuff to like there. This sucks pretty bad. But we have, we have some discrete damage dealing that doesn't bother me so much. Like an Eruption, obviously we're taking too much damage this turn. But I think we can actually just kill you. And to kill you with the Lesson Learned hits even better. Nice little fruit juice there. Drink that up. Yeah, give me a Bowling Bash, too. I'm a little worried, like, I think we have a low proportion of blocks right now. We basically have added, like, no blocks. Hey, Crush Joints, though, we've gotten it to the point where it's actually useful. If our blocks are so low, then IMO... That's very nice, by the way. That's very, very nice. If our blocks are so low, then I feel like what's important for us is to make sure we're popping those Through Violences on, like, the most efficient turns. So we're trying, again, Shurikens are of the utmost value when you can get them to go. This run, I'm not going to say that it has, like, the potential yet, because I don't want to invite that evil into my life. You gotta play that Through Violence. All I'm saying is maybe. I don't see a need to play the potion yet. The pains just kind of, they hurt a little bit too much here. We gotta get you past 45. An Eruption would get you there. But I don't think we're gonna get an Eruption. Can we get you past it using this, maybe? That's 44. We can. Kinda sucks to use the Through Violence when you're not in Eruption, but it also saved us from, you know, getting super blocked. Speaking of things that are even tangentially related to the word super, did you hear about Nicki Minaj's cousin's testicles? Sorry, sometimes it's hard to turn off the banter muscles. I think it makes sense to just give you a little 2-turn vulnerability there. That allows us to, for example, let's start here. And that's exactly what we wanted. An eruption plus a flurry of blows on top of this, like you're dead. I'm not gonna say that we got there. I'm just gonna say that I do think we have a chance, and I actually think we ignore our upgrade. I don't think a wish fits here, believe it or not. We already have a lesson learned. Conjure Blade does not fit yet. I believe, I have complete confidence. Sozu is about as good as it could get here, I think. I'm not saying we're going to win. What I am saying is I think we actually have like a reasonably good chance. I'm going to dodge the shop for now, which is debatably pretty dumb, but just, you know, work with me for a frickin' second here. It's a great degree of damage. You're almost, actually, I think you're dead. I think you're dead. Can we lesson learn you? We can. Wow, okay. Self-upgrade, you love to see it. I don't think we need a second Consecrate. I did do a switch run last night with Worship, by the way, and in a thin deck, I feel like I kind of understood where it was coming from there, finally. Bag of Marbles? Sure. I absolutely hate this, but Decay is not a terrible curse, at least. So what do we need in this deck? To be able to actually, like, get our panache out there is nice, but definitely the Flurry of Blows is that's like our ultimate play. We must Bowling Bash. Probably on you, because you've gotten stronger. It's like I want to play the Eruption, but obviously it's like a little too much. We do need upgrades. We got a lot of non-upgraded cards. But is it worth taking like 15 damage to get an upgrade? I would say no. Now, of course, we get the Empty Fist. So there is that, but oh well. Life goes on. And you know what? Why not just see what we get out of this? I get we're getting some damage from Pain, but you know, it's got to be done, I think. Consecrate's pretty good. I guess we'll keep a strike up here. I was hoping they both wouldn't attack, but we can always hit you and then play a weak potion on you. It is our last potion, but, you know, no big deal. We only get to play one more. It's okay. I'd rather... I mean, a weak potion to save 6 damage one time might not be that good, but I'm willing to roll with it. I will go into Tranquility here, just because we had the energy reserve left over. Okay. Inner Peace is good. We'd like to Erupt if possible. It's not possible, it doesn't matter. We got you. That was not great. And of course we can't take potions, but it's fine. I do think we like having a Protect in our deck. You know, protect your deck. Or bring you back to life, back to reality. Anybody else listen to hip-hop music here? Just me? Probably just me. It's not that popular of a genre. Good damage. We'll go Vigilance. You're doing 12. I'll take the extra damage here, just because this fight becomes quite messy quite quickly. Probably we will play a Protect. I think I'm still just going to smack you, take a little bit of damage. We got the Shuriken trigger. I'm glad we're going to be able to rest, because, like, this is quite nasty. We need draw. This is not good. We're taking 18. Look, I said it's not good. It actually could be a lot worse. This might be where it's getting worse, but... Nah, we're good. Okay, so the rest is necessary. Flurry of Blows is an absolutely essential card for us. I'm just getting a little, I'm like a little over it. Just a little over what we got going on here. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a little much. I'm happy we put Talk to the Hand on the right enemy, though. I'm just hoping we can get, like, enemies that are not the worst enemies in the game for us, but maybe that's, I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest, dude. This establishment keeps us from playing what we want to play on this turn, but allows us to play this Protect much easier in the future. Is that going to save us? I don't know the answer to that question. Does it feel frickin' sick? Yeah, it feels... So yeah, I'm thinking I'm frickin' sweet here. It's... Also, like, don't kill me. Don't kill... After all we've been through, don't kill me. I would prefer to not have to play a Panache. Just let me draw an attack. That's okay, a Vault in our hand is beautiful. Empty Mind seems valuable for getting to what we're trying to get to here. So this floor is still about survival, but I'm still confident, okay? Pen Nib, not really what I wanted. Orichalcum, fairly nice. I'm definitely willing to hit another rest up here. I don't feel bad about resting because we've been using Lesson Learned to get as many upgrades as is conceivable for us. I think you gotta play it. Well, I don't know. They're weak, which is really nice. Let's see what we get out of this. It's 19 damage. I think, sadly, this is just like the opposite of a Dream Draw. Hey, look at that, though. We did get the Panache trigger. Flurry of Blows, very nice. It would be nice to exit our stance as well. That doesn't appear... Oh, but we did get the Panache, okay. So this is why I took all the stance disablers. And by all, I mean, like, both of them or whatever. That's still fine. We're not gonna... Look, this is a cowardice situation. Like Stanley says in The Office, this is a run-out-the-clock situation, okay? Start here. You never know what you're going to get out of that pull, which is why it's of the utmost importance. Look at that. I mean, that's just... that's a beautiful thing. I would love to. We can't. I would... you play an attack there because you have Orichalcum. But lesson learned. And yes, good. You did play Lesson Learned. Very good. This must be played. And sure, let's do it. I don't mind the pain damage for now. You should you play Flurry of Blows first, obviously, but we still made it. Study seems like a really good card to get a lot of Panache triggers. We're gonna dodge the Elite. Our relics are looking fairly solid in my personal opinion. In my personnel opinion. Let's see what we get out of our Miracle. Judgment is a dream come true. But I'm wondering if I could kill you with it, but we take so much damage from you then. I'm wondering if we can't, like, Erupt for 13. You're on 74. You're on 54. You're on 42 and Judgment doesn't get to you. That's a slap in the face. So right now we're taking 21. You'll be doing 32. $13 will take 8. I'm worried that we don't do better by taking it slow. Like, I don't think our life is... Because you're still going to have, like, yeah, exactly, this nasty turn right here. Well, this is a good Orichalcum situation, thankfully. Life is pain, by the way. You're doing 12 damage. Mercifully, we're not dead. Mercifully, we're not dead. How are we supposed to beat the boss? I ask you this. 6, 13... You piece! I can only do 19 damage to you? How am I supposed to beat the boss on this amount of HP? Derek, how am I supposed to beat the boss? It can't be done. You know what? We're still alive. HP. Heal the full HP. Oddly Smooth Stone is nice. I'm a little concerned about how we're gonna do 400 damage. Especially, and, you know, maybe it's okay that on this turn we actually drew garbage, because we needed the garbage in order to not take damage. So maybe it's not garbage at all when you think of it that way. Let's Miracle. I think we need some gas. Maybe we don't need any gas at all. We're going to take 8 damage. We're going to be vulnerable and frail. That's poor. That's not amazing. Let's Empty Mind. These are important moments for us. A Panache has to get out there. We can definitely... Eruption. Hit you with one of those. There's a Pen Nib as well. One of those. Shuriken's kind of is popping off. Hey, did you ever consider, like, at some point, it might be good for you to get some block? Did you ever consider, at some point, it might be good for you to get some block? Did you ever consider, at some point, the deck has blocks in it? Okay, alright, I'm not mad, really. But honestly, I'm giving you the middle finger. Not the audience, the game. I really thought we were onto something there. Apparently not. I don't know, man. I guess we'll draw Thinking Ahead and try to upgrade it as soon as possible. There's no denying that I'm in a bit of a rut here. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, what happened? Like, we should easily... Don't worry, guys. We'll be out of this one before you know it. Because, I mean, even this right here is the kind of thing that'll just make you give your head a shake. I have attacks in my deck. They do exist. We've been down this road before. That's what gives me strength right now. Is like I've gone through months and months and months and months and months of losses, and it gives you a morale hit. There's no denying that. But the upshot of it, if there is an upshot, is that you can get out of it. You only need a few good runs to get to the level where you're, feeling a little bit better about the way things go. And I really feel like the most encouraging thing that you can glean from this in Slay the Spire, yes, is that the... Hold on. Yes. Yes. The difference between a win and a loss, it's a lot on, like, in your mind. I don't mean that it's mostly in your mind. Like, give me a block here. Block has been a consistent problem. So has attacking, by the way. I don't mean that it's in your brain. Like, oh, the only difference between a win and a loss is, like, psychological. I mean, like, most of the pain that comes from a loss is being like, oh, I only made it to the second boss. Like, things, I didn't even get that far. Then you realize that actually, like, just getting to the second boss is, like, 2/3 of the way there. I think we can dump that for an attack potion for now. At least that's the way I'm choosing to think of it. Like a little bit of a different draw. A better... Please, thank you. A little bit of a different draw. A better, card selection early on in the run. And who knows? You could be off to the races there. We're going to rest even though we need the Eruption upgrade. Because if things go well here, we could get 2 elite fights. Shouldn't have played that just yet. Wheel Kick is actually kind of pog. I'm going to enter the Wrath stance. Well worth the use of a potion. Well worth the use of 2 potions. I stand by that. I definitely think it's still worth it. Gambling Chip is actually pretty sick. I mean, we could hit another shop, but I think this is maybe like a max HP plus 5 situation. Even though it's not a lot. Bottled Lightning, huh? I guess like a Perseverance is good early, but a Foreign Influence upgraded is like, is very, very solid. So I don't think we want, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna dump this Vigilance. My whole dream is that we get a good AoE here. It happens a lot. It didn't here, but that's okay. Let's see what we draw. Empty Fist is a nice one. So I think we'll do a, we should probably enter Fear No Evil. I don't mind taking 20 on this turn if it kills an enemy. But we have to do it like this. Fear No Evil. Then an Eruption. Then a Quick Slash. Then an Empty Fist. And we can still Miracle and then only take 5 instead. Now this is just a bad turn, but life goes on. We should be able to kill the middle obelisk on the next one. And then we'll have 2 elites down. And I don't think, well, okay, in 2 turns we'll be able to kill you. I don't think this is a bad sign, honestly. Like, we have some pretty solid relics that are of fairly powerful importance, I'd say. See what you draw. I think you can just play a Vigilance here to set yourself up for the future. And we shouldn't take too much more damage over the course of this fight. You know, we might take some damage in the future, but for now we have a Perseverance, which prevents us from taking damage on this turn, if we want to. Which I think we do. I stand by this, yeah. And then I think getting that Foreign Influence upgraded, we're so lucky to draw the Perseverance again, just for peace of mind. But getting this Foreign Influence upgraded, so on turn 1, we could get an amazing free attack, especially AoE. Let's dump these. We needed to get better. We got better. Dropkick's not gonna happen. Headbutt's fine. We could Fear No Evil. Headbutt. Bring back Fear No Evil for next turn. Play a Perseverance, take a little bit of damage. Nothing too scary. We wanted to bust out of the stance this turn, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Well, after suffering like a moral dilemma and losing complete confidence in my skills, I actually feel like we're not that bad off right now. I second flurry of blows, so just doesn't bother me. Let's go ahead and upgrade this Foreign Influence. Eruption would be next. Man, we would love an Ornamental Fan, a Shuriken, or a Kunai, for sure. We need a Stance Enabler. Let's actually, or Disabler. Let's dump these 3. We want something that changes our stance. Drawing at least 1 defend makes me feel a lot better about things. Hand of Greed is not going to get us the kill. But it's like a really pretty decent attack for 0, especially. You should be dead on this turn. Yeah, okay. A second Foreign Influence, huh? You know, we take a Battle Hymn so often. I'm gonna take a second Foreign Influence. And I'm just gonna, let's do things the simple way this time. Let's get that other Foreign Influence upgraded. Here, I'm genuinely thinking we're okay to smith. I tend not to have too much of a problem with this boss, but we'll see. I mean, I've been wrong before. 2 good Foreign Influences. I have it under advisement that this one wants to buy you flowers. That's what I said now. But there is another one that supposedly, I've heard tell, that he wants to talk for hours. And that's stunning to me. An Immolate is a nice little enabler for us to not get our butt kicked too bad here, I think. In case we mistime things, we can still come out of it pretty well. We should be able to... So, 1 more hit will break you. Which is not great. 16 would leave you on 7. We could do 2 hits, hit you for 28. It would take you to 56. I think I'm willing to risk it all here. We need to draw a couple attacks, and we did a little even better than that, I think. Yeah, so leaving you on 48 is fine. An immolate, if we draw it, will basically just kill you. Let's get this out of our hand. If I hit you again, you'll go down to 18. Let's not do that. You guys are... I mean, even with weakness, you're probably dead to immolate. Or at least mighty close to it. Very good. Feeling, again, not so bad. Sorry for the caffeination. I still find myself being a believer in lesson learned. I think it's not too late. I've said it a billion times. Hey, you only got to be right one time. And I think, you know, I'd rather have holy water, I think, as insane as it might seem to have inconsistent clumped energy gain. I'd rather have holy water than... This is really good. I think we can even dump, like... but you don't want to draw a miracle in the future, if possible. Okay. I'd rather have holy water than like, Sozu. I'd rather have 4 energy default, but, like, we can't, you know, will that into existence. 30 damage or 30 damage. Let's take 30 damage with 2 extra card draw. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, great start. Great start. Signature move, there's some temptation, but again, I don't think it's guaranteed we're able to play it. Do we not have... We have no vulnerability, huh? I think an indignation to add some vulnerability. Is this a deck thinning moment for us? We really have added 1 block to this deck. So I'm eager to possibly help ourselves out there. Let's dump a strike though, and maybe add a 3rd eye, and that's some addition through subtraction. I'm happy with our ratio of like stance disablers. I will take a relic. I'll take a relic. Akabeko is pretty. You know what? Please, not Nilroy's Codex. You are a piece of garbage. You piece of crap. You get back here. You're not an intellectual. But I love Akabeko turn 1. First off, we can always just move past this one. You know what? A lesson learned, actually. It might come in handy, but I think we're better off. You know what? Dump 2 miracles, too. We have the potion to kind of get us going here. And then start with a 4 in influence. A dagger spray is what I love to see when you also have an Akabeko backing it up. Then we can indignation, double dagger spray. Obviously, we should have kept lesson learned. I'm gonna get cheeky, and it's arguably very dumb. Don't add anything more to my deck. I'm gonna try to kill this guy with a lesson learned. It's not gonna happen. Good night. Still very nice. We don't have an empty body yet. I think we could take one. We need more stance enablers, don't get me wrong, but I'm content with this. Let's get rid of a Writhe. Let's get rid of an empty fist and maybe like 2 miracles. We're trying to get stances. Didn't get them. That's okay. Let's get a study. I'll take some block on this. Okay. Wallop seems like it could be good here. I feel much more in control, but I'm also very much acknowledging the idea that I might simply feel much more in control because of the fact that we're not fighting as many enemies as we did last time. We're definitely fighting a lot less, I would say. By the way, you may not know this, but in our deck, in theory, I know it's going to be tough to believe. We don't need that next turn. Maybe that next turn. In our deck, theoretically, believe it or not, in principle, there is a Wrath Enabler. I know it's tough to believe, but I'm telling you, we have the ability to do double damage. It's locked in here. We're about to draw into a series of insights. I just want... I was just going to say, one way to X his stance was all I wanted to see, so we could do this. I mean, we got to wheel kick you for 45. We drew our miracle, which is actually stellar, which means you're dead. We didn't take very much damage there. That's pretty good. We'll probably never use Peace Pipe. At some point, there might be such a thing as too many Flurry of Blows. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We don't need more energy if we don't have the ability to play it yet. Okay, this is something. I do hate to use... Well, start here then. Doom and Gloom, look, it's going to do 8 damage, but let's just make it do double damage instead. So we're going to go, yeah. I hate to use Akabeko like that, but it is what it is. Hold on, are we actually going to do this? Because then if I do Indignation, we enter Rat. This will do 20, you'll be at 43. We're not going to kill you at 43, that's a given. I'm not even doing the math. I'm just like asking my brain if I'm going to do the math. That's a bad habit. Like we can do more attacks, but our goal is not to do more attacks. Our goal is not to die. I think you end up just playing Doom and Gloom. And then playing 2 blocks. Because Indignation, you'll be on 43. 43 will go down to 31. And then 16 on top of that with our Flurry of Blows. Not enough. Not enough. So we'll just hit you. By the way, I have no orb slots, but that's fine. Let's add... We'll never be sad about a vault. Taking 13 damage is not ideal, but what are you going to do, right? Like, you can't... You can't create anything like that out of thin air. We're not in the 0 damage state, so let's get this going. Now we're in the 0 damage state. We really... The faster we can get a Talk to the Hand out there, the better. I think we need a Rip and Tear here. But I also... Oh, right, we don't get to target it. I'm realizing, like, there's no way we're going to be able to target Lesson Learned, so we're just going to let it simmer. I think we could possibly get a signature move off. I'd really like to make Lesson Learned work, because we're going to have to rest before our boss. Well, this is like... That's good. Oh, my Lanta. So just chill till the next episode, okay? I think we don't worry about vaults. I think we just start going off here. And you could all be dead if we want that. But I think... Actually, you know what? This won't kill you. What I'm actually going to do is just vault it up. But I really want to try to get you with a Lesson Learned. It's a kind of a big ask. But I think there's a chance. We need to draw it when we have lethal, which is probably not on this turn. Unfortunately. Okay, this is one of the few enemies in the game where I really feel like we actually could go, like, around the horn. Cut Through Fate maybe allows us to scry down there. If they're going to kill us, we simply kill them instead. It's just that easy. However, I don't mind taking 1 to get a Lesson Learned popping, by the way. I stand by this. We just need, like, Eruption and Lesson Learned on the same turn. I think we got it. Hold on. Indignation, Lesson Learned. We got there. It hit a Talk to the Hand. I think that it's worth the cost that we paid here. I'm not necessarily, like, against a Meditate, especially if we can get it Lesson Learned, which is my new shorthand for upgraded. I do want to remove a Writhe, but I actually think like a second talk to the hand is more critical. Just for situations in which like we encounter enemies who don't die or who have enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. Enemies who have enough of an artifact to get past the first talk to the hand. We don't need a writhe. We don't care for a meditate. Let's dump a miracle and see if we can pull something a little better off here. We're looking for huge AoE. Signature move, I bet we can get it to work, so I love it. We can't take 2 signature moves. That's just, it's science. We're going to go pretty hard on this one. So it's going to be, we know talk to the hand is going to suck up our value. Or maybe we'd rather erupt then first. Let's start there. Then we can talk to the hand. We're not going to get much block out of talk to the hand, but don't talk to me. Why am I leaving so many enemies, like, just barely alive, you know? Seems like a poor way to handle it. No decay, please. So we're still taking 15. I think that could have gotten a lot better. But this is still totally fine. Yeah, this is still, like, really good. I think an indignation hits the spot nicely. You're gonna die to one of those. So let's get this going. Little bit of damage never hurt anybody, kind of. Judgment probably puts you in lethal range, but we do have a lesson learned. You know, I was just gonna say, we do have a lesson learned. Now, we're not gonna be able to do enough damage to actually kill you with the lesson learned. That much is science. That's just scientific. I'm like, what if we could add another lesson learned? I think at this point we can't mess around too much. Like, if we can whip the deck around, then it's fine, but I'm not willing to get too spicy here. Let's go with the protect. We're gonna rest for certain. We might want to just remove these curses, but... Okay, so we made it. A talk to the hand is very important. A lesson learned is not. A writhe is not. Fear no evil is not necessarily. Strike is not. We can dump at least 1 miracle. There's some importance here. An eviscerate is insanely good. So even though it would give you vulnerability, this is 45 damage right now. Indignation makes it do 90 damage. Eruption, indignation makes it do 30 damage. So I hate to say it, but I think you start here because that 90 damage is just like default what we're looking for. Like, you're already half dead to start with. And we're not even in the wrath stance to finish our turn. I'll take another flurry of blows. This is still not like, I'm not sold on it being like a guaranteed win, by the way. I do like getting 5 block like that, though. Okay, we'd love to draw other things, but that's okay. Let's get rid of an empty body for now, knowing we're going to get it next turn, because we'll probably play our meditate here. So thanks for the block. I really do appreciate it. 24 block, you're doing 35 damage. We don't sweat this too much. Now, what do we want in our hand next turn, knowing we're going to draw an empty body as well? It's a pretty easy choice. I think we would just take an eruption. This might be one of the rare times we just go for the KO, man. Like, we get so many, we get so much block out of just attacking the top lad here. Blasphemy is a stance change. There's something to like about it. We gotta be very careful with it, but there's something to like about it. There it is right there. Okay, hold on. Foreign influence? At this point, I'm like, you know, I think we could probably say something about maybe like a bowling bash. I hate to say it. The best way to play it is to get the block on you. I'm a little concerned about this next turn, but not necessarily substantially so. We took the lazy way out for sure. We're going to be heavily debuffed here. There's a lot of damage. It's probably lethal, but it's... I mean, we haven't even played our cards yet, so I'm not going to worry about that all that much. We're not taking a little bit of damage. We're taking quite a lot, but we're only 91 away from the boss being dead. Okay, so we're gonna die, and I'm in danger of losing my mind. But it was fun nonetheless. Hey, time to play Isaac, a game that I can actually win. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.